Hi, I'm Denny Brower. I'm out at Las Vegas at the iCast Tackle Show. I'm at the Arden Reels booth. And if I got a treat for you, we got a new reel platform this year called the Arden Edge Reel. We've got several different models, several different price points. This is the top end reel right here. It comes in a 6.2 and a 7.2 gear ratio. Not only is it a beautiful reel, it's got a function that I've never seen on a baitcast reel before, and it's called drag tracking. And what this allows, drag tracking technology, this guide will actually move with the line as it's being pulled off by the fish. You will never end up with your line in a bind like you do on a traditional bait casting reel. So what does that translate into? Lighter lines on your bait casting reel. You're never going to have to worry about all of a sudden you got one tension to drag and then another tension to drag and then going back and forth. It's going to be a consistent drag throughout a fight with a fish. You should land more fish. You shouldn't have near the line breakages. One of the neatest things that I've seen come out in bait casting reels in years, and it's all at the Arden booth, called the Arden Edge Reel, one of the hottest items for this year.
Hi, Chad Morgan-Taylor here at the Fish-A-Flage booth. Wanted to show you one of the newest products out by Fish-A-Flage, and it is the redfish pattern in the Windstopper pullover. We just got it out. As you can see, it's a phenomenal pattern. It identifies you as an angler if you're a redfish guy, or you just like it because it's just flat cool. You can find it on Fish-A-Flage website. We just introduced it here at iCast 2011. Pretty cool. Check it out.
Hey guys, welcome to iCast. My name is Andy Manal here with Lavina Lures, and we are introducing the new Clear Series baits. There's a total of 7 baits that are actually all out now, and you can find them in your local tackle stores. And what we've done with the Clear Series is we've started with building this bait from the inside and out. So if you look at the bait, you'll be able to see the colored balls in the inside of the bait, which represents a bloodline in some of the lines that we have. And on the chrome shad, you'll notice that we have a paint job, a fleck that's actually on the inside, so that's not going to go away. All the baits are unique, they're real specific, they're doing real well out here on Lake Mead. The Clear Series, the Chrome Shad, Manal's RX, and Ricci's Recipe working real well on Lake Mead. So stop on by, visit us at lavinalures.com, and hope to see you out on the water. Thanks.
This is our new Biffle Bug Junior. This is a new bait this year. It's made just like the regular Biffle Bug that we have here on the hard head. It's just 15% smaller. So it ought to be an awesome bait when the bite's real tough. Smallmouth, spots, really should like it. So still has the same features, still has the hollow belly inside where you can put a weight or a rattle in it. And it'll fit on the hard heads, it'll fit on the 4-aught hook just like, so you don't have to really downsize the hook or anything in it.
When I was a little kid, one of the things that was my favorite thing to do was to go catch about 100 crayfish, put them in a bucket, then climb up in a tree and feed them to smallmouth bass. And what I noticed was, when they came down in a kung fu position, often the bass would just back up and move over and let them go by. But when they took off and tried to, and panicked, they'd get eaten. And what the real difference was between ones that got eaten and ones that didn't was that tail movement and the fact that they tried to get away. So I spent some time and I developed this lure that actually works just like a real crayfish in the water. You want to fish it real slow. It sinks at the same rate as a real crayfish. It doesn't sink like a bullet, like a jig. It sinks like a real crayfish. And a lot of times they'll just hit it out in open water. Throw it out, let it sink, and just twitch it a little. Pull it, you'll feel it. Just drop it, shake it, and just be the crayfish. And I think you're going to find you're going to catch some really, really big bass with it. When I was a little kid, one of the most evil things I ever did was put a straw up the rear end of a frog and inflate him like a ping pong ball and then throw them into the pads and watch them try to get underwater before a bass would eat them. I developed this diving frog to imitate a frog perfectly when it swims. You just have to look at it in the water, don't take my word for it. The original, the larger version, has been really popular, but a lot of fish that are a little smaller kind of come up, maybe peck, and don't take them all the way. So we've come up with a size that's just one size smaller. It swims just like the original, and got a great big old monster hook on it, so any bass that bites it's going to get hooked, and it's going to hold them too. If you fish a regular slop frog, you try this thing, I think you will be really impressed.
How you doing? I'm Stan Lefevre with River to Sea. I'm here to talk a little bit about the S-Waver. This is a swim bait that it applies its own action. You don't have to do it, it does it itself. Pretty simple bait to use. Throw it out there, slow wind it. You could do a ton of different things with it. Give it a try, I think you'll be real surprised.
Hi, I'm Ish Monroe here at iCast 2011. I want to talk to you about something that's getting me really excited. It's the new Bubble Pop by River to Sea. You know, we make a couple different sizes here, which you got the regular size popper that everybody's used to for when you want to go out there and be consistent in catching, you know, a lot of fish. But then you also want to have times where you want to catch big fish because some of you guys are lunker hunters. And when you're out there and you want to catch that big fish, well, I move up to the bigger size of the Bubble Pop. And last but not least, the Bubble Walker. And that's the big one right here. And I mean, gosh, you catch so many giant bass fish in places like the Delta and Clear Lake when those big fish want a big bait. So go out and get yourself a River to Sea popper and you definitely catch more fish.
Elite Series angler Matt Greenblatt. I'm here today to talk to you about the Abrase X from Seagar. This line has saved me more times than I can even talk to you about. We're calling one time real quick for you. Down in Florida, Harris Chain, late in the afternoon, fired a yabby up underneath the dock on a spinning rod now. I was only using 8-pound test, looking for that one last fish to finish on my limit. Abrase X, fired it in there, 10-4 hits. I did everything to lose that fish. That fish wrapped me around the post, came under the boat, took me under the trolling motor. I broke the trolling motor, so I had to put my life jacket on to chase this fish down. Fish turns around, goes right back under the dock, wraps itself around the same post. This fight took probably about 10 minutes on 8-pound test. I could feel the wood sawing on the line. Again, it's only 8-pound test. The Abrase X saved my butt. I got that fish into the boat, put the fish in the well after screaming a few times, checked the line to see, you know, how much I had to cut off. That line had no abrasions, no chips, nothing in it. It was by far the best line I've ever used. If you get a chance, try some Abrase X, try some of the Otatsu, try some of all the Seagar's lines, but the Abrase X in my book, say number one.
Hi, I'm Sean Bailey. We're here at the Evergreen booth at iCast, talking about a couple of our new lures. We got an Evergreen Royal Flash Jr., one of the newer baits. We have two sizes in this bait, and this is the small size. Very good weight bait on top. You can actually crank it down and take grass with it and do a bunch of stuff. It's got real loose tail, so it's got a real erratic action, and you can make the bait spin around and do all types of cool stuff with it. And next we got a new crankbait in the Combat Lures. It's a Gold Digger 600. It's a deep crank. It's got very little resistance, so when you're winding it in, it doesn't break your arm all day. And you think you're in about 10 foot and you're already banging bottom at about 20. It gets down real deep. It's got a real tight wiggle. It's really good for cold water fish. And next we have the Top Water. This is a Shower Blows Shorty. This is a small version of the original Shower Blows. This bait walks back and forth, and it goes back on itself, and it spits so much water. It's unbelievable. Just a real unique top water bait that's becoming real popular out here on the West Coast now.
Hey, I'm Lucky Craft Pro staff member Brent Ayler. We're here at the 2011 iCast show. We're hanging out in the Lucky Craft booth. There's a couple new products coming out for this next year. One is called the Smasher. It's a new size. This is the 125. This is coming out with a bunch of new colors, as well as a bait called the LC Flat. It's going to be a flat-sided crankbait. That's going to be coming out next year as well. So check them out. You won't be disappointed.
Hi, I'm Ish Monroe here at the 2011 iCast show. I want to talk to you about Ish's Fat Frog, the best frog on the market, made by Snag Pro. I've come out with 3 new colors for this year. We got the sticky green color, which is going to be an awesome color for all year long. We've got crystal, which is a great color, so now you can go out there and color your frog just about any way that you want to color it, and Ishalicious. You know, the fish think it's delicious.
Hi, I'm Cody Meyer here in the Jackal booth at the 2011 iCast show. We've got some great new products to show you. The first bait is this Jackal crankbait called the Aska Shad or the Aska 60. And what this is a shallow running crankbait. It runs about 3 to 4 feet. And this is a square bill silent crankbait. And things that are different, we have this new circuit board lip on there. So this thing's virtually indestructible. I mean, you can cast it up on a rock, a dock, you're not going to break it. It's going to have a really fast wobble, you know, really cool colors. Like I say, it's silent. We also have these new little reinforced plastic pieces put right there by the hook. And what that's going to do is not allow the hook to play as much. So the hook's not going to ride up on the side of the bait like, you know, normal crankbaits, and you're going to get a lot better hookup ratio. This thing goes through, you know, grass and trees and everything really good. So, you know, you can crank it down as soon as you hit something. You can, you know, let slack in the line and it'll wobble up just like that. So, awesome new crankbait. It's taken them 5 years to design and over 100 prototypes. So, I mean, really just a perfect new shallow running crankbait. And what this is it's a new slender profiled frog. And if you can see that, there's a real nice keel on this frog. And that's going to allow this frog to walk extremely well, walk the dog. So anyone can pick this frog up out of the package, throw it out there, and just twitch it, and they're going to walk it. So super easy frog to walk. We got another couple cool features. A welded eye right there, so your braid or your monofilament won't come out of the eye, and you're not going to lose your frog. We actually took this bait and molded it around this hook, so it's going to, you know, virtually. You can't snag anything. I mean, it's just great. You can throw it anywhere, on the mats, under trees, open water, and it's completely weedless. This body is super soft. It's going to allow you to have great hookup ratios. Got some really cool colors. And another thing we did is we took out the conventional silicone legs, and these are all rubber. So what that's going to do is when it's sitting on top of the water, they're going to really expand out and have a lot different look and a lot of action. So. Iobi frog. A lot of good finesse baits this year, starting with the super crosstail shad. What this is we took the crosstail shad and the super pintail minnow and put it into one bait. So this is a 3-inch bait here. Got about 10 different colors. Super realistic, as you can see, and still got the crosstail, and just unbelievable. Great action. You can see the eyes there. You know, just the best of both worlds right in this thing. You know, this is going to be a great bait for drop shotting, you know, for a split shot when the fishing's tough. You know, this is going to get a lot of bites. So that's one of the baits we got. Here's another bait we have. This is called the Clone Fry. And this is, again, a 3-inch bait. You know, super good detail. You can see there's little eyes in there. The bait's translucent. You just barely shake this thing and the tail's going to quiver. Just an unbelievable drop shot bait. I mean, just, you know, a lot of detail, and I mean, it has really good action in the water. You know, we got about 10 different colors, and I've been fishing this for a little bit, you know, a little while, and caught a ton of fish on it. So whether you're fishing for smallmouth, largemouth, or spotted bass, this is going to be a great drop shot bait. The other bait we have in the Clone series is this Clone Gill. This is a little 2.5-inch bait. And it's just a little bite-sized bait that's going to catch big fish. And this is actually really good, you know, for around spawning fish. As you can see, it's a real small size, about the same size as a bluegill. You know, during the spawn, they're going to be eating some of those eggs. And again, very soft, very durable bait. A lot of detail. You know, you can see the little eyes on there. We've got about 10 colors. You know, the way I like to fish this is wacky rigging it. You know, wacky rigging it in the side or nose hooking it right in the face. Or just putting a jig head on there, throwing it around spawning fish and bed fish, and you're going to catch a lot of fish on this. Again, the Clone Gill 2.5 from Jackal. And I'm Cody Meyer, and that's a new product from Jackal in the 2011 iCast show.